Do you want to do over 5 million damage on your next raid run and be the envy of your DPS poor fire team? To do this, you're going to need just a few simple things to set this up, and by the time you've watched this quick build video, you'll have your fire team wondering what the going on over there. Chuck that Lament in the bin because you don't need it, as it's this forgotten dungeon exotic that you'll be needing, and it's the real deal. Plenty of encounters are now excellent for swiping away at bosses with swords, and Crota is no different. However, most popular setups will require somebody to not use a sword and instead go boop happy with the tractor cannon to apply a 30% debuff consistently. And whilst this is great, it takes a ton of damage potential out of your fire team setup, and it's where the Heartshadow steps in. Heartshadow's main exotic perk, Exhumation, still makes you invisible when using the heavy attack, and it will fire 4 short range void projectiles. These deal huge damage on their own, but the sword itself has some unique synergy with itself to massively increase the damage of both the light and heavy attacks. Being invisible for just a quarter of a second will then activate the Shot in the Dark perk. This grants a huge 25% damage boost on leaving invisibility within 2.5 seconds, but you'll also weaken targets for 6 seconds on attacking them. This 15% weaken effect on targets can now be applied from either your light or heavy attack too, effectively giving you over a 40% damage boost to Heartshadow, which you can chain for as long as you've got ammo available. A heavy attack into a light attack and then a heavy attack once your sword energy is recharged will hit the maximum amount of damage potential, and remember the weaken effect will also benefit any teammates doing damage too. The heavy attack does consume 4 ammo, but if you have unlocked the exotic catalyst from the secret quest in the duality dungeon, it'll boost your total reserves up to 56, which can be boosted further with some void reserve mods equipped. The catalyst also enhances your movement speed whilst invisible, making it perfect for escaping any squeaky bum time moments. And for a fun fact, the next time you run the raid, this also actually negates the weight of darkness during the opening abyss encounter in the Crota's End raid. All of this combined then negates the fact that somebody needs to run a tractor cannon, as the damage you'll dish out plus the constant weaken debuff that you can apply to a boss during a DPS phase will more than make up for the difference in the debuff offered by using tractor cannon. However, you can negate this even further by simply chucking on the old faithful that is Nightstalker's Deadfall Shadow Shot Tether. This will apply the full 30% debuff to enemies for 12.5 seconds, as well as dealing decent damage on impact. If some pesky enemies get into the mixer too, it will also extend the duration of the tether. Tether always used to be the way, so it really is no secret, but if you want some super bonus extra secret sauce, you can chuck Foe Tracer into the mix. Its newly added rework is pretty bonkers to be honest, as dealing any ability damage to a boss will instantly grant a 4 times weapon damage boost matching your subclass type, effectively a 25% damage boost which lasts for 10 seconds. As you're a pesky void hunter, your snare bombs can activate this, as well as your grenade of choice, with the Vortex grenade combined with the Echo of Remnants being my personal favourite combo. If that wasn't enough, Monochromatic Maestro will add a further stacking 10% damage boost on top of Foe Tracer, taking you easily up to the magic 5 million damage on Crota. The Destiny item manager build link is down below or in the QR code, and whilst you're destroying everything in the returning raid, make sure you're keeping an eye out for this top tier endgame rocket. Find out why and which perks you'll be needing by checking out this video next.